Do you know all the cultivation realms in Renegade Immortal? And what realm did the protagonist, Wang Lin, ultimately reach? It's surprising to think that even those at the spirit transformation and infant metamorphosis stages are still far from the true starting point of immortal cultivation. So let's dive into the full breakdown of realms in Renegade Immortal. To understand all the realms in Renegade Immortal, we first need to grasp the 4 major phases of cultivation in the story. The first phase contains 7 minor stages. It begins with the Qi condensation stage, where one absorbs the spiritual energy of heaven and earth for personal use. Upon reaching the 15th level and achieving full mastery, one can enter the foundation establishment stage. This stage allows the practitioner to shed their mortal body and lay the groundwork for future cultivation. Once they reach the peak of foundation establishment, they can enter core formation, where spiritual energy is refined into liquid and eventually solidified into a golden core. This marks the transition into the core formation stage. Beyond this, to advance further, one must shatter their core and go against the natural order to give birth to a nascent soul, entering the nascent soul stage. As the nascent soul gains insight into the world and awakens the concept of intent, it evolves into a spirit transformation. At this stage, the cultivator's physical body begins transforming into that of an immortal, and their soul shifts from the intangible to the tangible, allowing entry into the infant metamorphosis stage. When their intent fuses with the body and the first signs of primordial power appear, they reach the pinnacle of the first major phase, dominion-seeking stage. So, Qi condensation, foundation establishment, core formation, nascent soul, spirit transformation, infant metamorphosis, and even the dominion-seeking stage, despite being the most advanced within this phase, are all still considered part of just the first step of cultivation. To enter the second major phase, one must first pass through a transitional stage after dominion seeking, known as the Yin deficiency and Yang fulfillment stage. In this stage, the cultivator must transform their essence into primordial power, gradually replacing their immortal energy until the conversion is complete. Only then can one truly be considered a true immortal, marking their first real step into the world of true cultivation. This second phase includes 3 minor realms: Glimpse of Nirvana, Pure Nirvana, and Shattered Nirvana. In Glimpse of Nirvana, the cultivator begins to touch upon the laws of heaven and earth, and is thus referred to as a celestial immortal. In Pure Nirvana, they start to gradually master those laws and earn the title of Immortal King. In Shattered Nirvana, they fully grasp and can wield those laws, becoming an immortal lord. To step into the third phase, one must again undergo a transitional ordeal, just like before. This transitional stage is known as the sky-sundering 5 fingers, also referred to as the 5 decays of heaven and man. If one chooses to cultivate through incense offerings, they use the power of incense to break open the gate of void. Otherwise, they must face the heavenly tribulation of the 5 decays. Only by enduring this phase can one enter the third major step in cultivation. This step contains 4 realms, collectively known as the 4 void realms: Void Nirvana, Ethereal Stage, Profound Void, and Void Tribulation. To enter the Void Nirvana stage, one must evolve their primordial power into Nirvana force, and their body becomes vast and indestructible. Then, in the Ethereal stage, Nirvana force transforms into primal spirit energy, and the cultivator can nurture an entire world within themselves, crafting a personal microcosm. As the essence of their being continues to evolve, their words begin to manifest reality. This is the Profound Void stage. Beyond Profound Void lies the Void Tribulation, which contains 6 stages: Early Void Tribulation, Mid Void Tribulation, Late Void Tribulation, Peak Late Void Tribulation, Perfect Completion, Beyond Perfect Completion. Among these, the early to late stages are collectively known as Grand Venerables. The peak is called Golden Venerable, Perfect Completion is Heavenly Venerable, and Beyond Perfection is known as Lunar Venerable. When one becomes a Lunar Venerable, they can turn the laws of the universe from illusion into reality. At this point, like before, one must pass through a transitional realm, the half-step Heaven Treader stage. Only after reaching this level can a cultivator enter the fourth and final step in Renegade Immortal, the most supreme realm, the Heaven Treader stage. Wang Lin, the protagonist, ultimately cultivated his essence, body, and soul all the way to the Heaven Treader stage.